God damn it, it's hot! You too? Well, how about you chill with some Frost Mage? Yeah, you know what's up. Quicks will ensure that you will learn everything you need to know to start playing Frost Mage right now. As a Frosty Mage, your goal is to generate and consume your two main procs while shattering spells and keeping up your big cooldowns. Your main damaging abilities will be Frostbolt, the single target bolt, and Blizzard, your main AoE spell. Your procs resulting from using these spells will have you use an instant flurry starting the shatter combo, while the other one will make your Ice Lance deal damage as if your target is frozen. More on that in a second. As a Frost Mage, your Mastery Icicles will increase the damage of your Frozen Orb and will make your Frostbolt or Flurry generate one Icicle up to a maximum of 5. These Icicles are launched if they go over the cap. One of them will be launched with a Frostbolt that would have generated the 6th, or all 5 stored will be launched when you use an Ice Lance. The next passive that will influence your damage will be Shatter. This will multiply your critical strike chance by 1.5 on top of adding an extra 50% base critical strike when you are damaging a frozen target. One of your most important passives that will make you pray to the RNG gods will be Brain Freeze. It will give Frostbolt a 30% chance to make your next Flurry instant, deal 50% extra damage, and apply the Winter's Chill effect on your target with each projectile. What is this Winter Chill effect, you might ask? Well, it's a debuff on your target that will make your spells hit as if the target was frozen. And the second RNG passive will be Fingers of Frost. Again, Frostbolt will have a 15% chance and your Frozen Orb a 10% chance to give you a stack of Fingers of Frost. This will cause your next Ice Lance to consider your target frozen and deal triple damage. You can store up to a maximum of 2 stacks of this, so be careful not to overcap. When we talk about cooldowns, we usually refer to spells that take more time to recharge. Your main cooldown will be Icy Veins, a 3-minute long buff that will increase your haste by 30% and prevent pushback from incoming damage. Together with the Icy Propulsion Conduit, which will reduce the cooldown of Icy Veins, and the Thermal Void talent that extends its duration, you'll be a monster while this buff is up. Frozen Orb will be a short 1-minute cooldown that will launch an orb towards your target and will damage every enemy around it for a short while. The good thing about this orb is that you can reduce its cooldown by using Blizzard. Another DPS cooldown that can be considered a defensive one as well is Mirror Image. This will summon 3 copies of you that will deal damage and will make enemies attack them instead of you. Your main defensive cooldowns will be Ice Barrier. On a 25-second cooldown, it will grant you a shield to absorb incoming damage for 1 minute, reducing the movement speed of melee attackers. Like all other mages, you will have the "oh shit" button, Ice Block. On a fairly long 4-minute cooldown, it will turn you into a block of ice, preventing all damage received for 10 seconds. If you don't like the long cooldown of Ice Block, don't worry, as Cold Snap will reset it, and the one of your Ice Barrier, Frozen Nova, and Con of Cold. Lastly, again, like all mages, Alter Time will be a nice 1-minute defensive cooldown that will teleport you back to the initial position where you activated it after 10 seconds. Dying, going too far away from the initial point, or removing its buff will cancel the effect. Frost Mage is a very easy to learn and understand spec. It brings good single target cleave and high AoE damage. It's one of the specs that can deal more damage to the main target when the other targets come into play, as your spell's cooldown will be greatly reduced by that. Your survivability options are numerous and strong. You have access to Ice Barrier, Ice Block, Alter Time, Mirror Image, and Invisibility. You can even double some of them with Cold Snap, which makes your CC even better since it's also affected by it, giving you 2 Frost Nova. On top of that, your Water Elemental has Freeze, a somehow 3rd Frost Nova that you can target where it can be used. Almost your entire kit will slow the movement of mobs to boot. You have access to Polymorph, and with it you can transform a beast, humanoid, or critter into a sheep for 1 minute. Your mobility is very strong as well thanks to Blink, which will get 2 charges as you will always take the Shimmer talent. Alter Time will be considered a mobility spell as well, making you able to skip mechanics or come back fast faster to damage the boss. And all of your procs will give you some instant cast to allow you extra movement possibility. You'll be one of the most wanted specs as you'll bring time warp to the groups that don't have access to heroism or bloodlust. You are every caster's best friend with your arcane intellect buff for that sweet 5% extra intellect. You can also remove curses with the spell bearing the same name, Remove Curse. You can steal beneficial magic effects or shields from enemies with the spell Steal Spell. And finally, you can conjure food to help everyone recover HP and mana by using the Conjure Food spell. They didn't pull a lot of muscle naming these spells, did they? As for your cons, not having high burst damage can cause problems sometimes. You don't have a good spread cleave, and you rely a lot on casting Frostbolt, and if you cannot do that because of mechanics or you have a lot of downtime, your damage will suffer a lot. And finally, you lack self-healing, but all of your shields and conduits will usually have your back there. When starting your Frost Mage journey, use this quick talent build that can help you in every situation. The Splitting Eyes build, as it is known, will bring a lot of priority damage, cleave, and decent AoE. For more information about it and more things like conduits, soulbinds, legendaries, don't hesitate to check out our main guide for Frost Mage on our channel. We hope you like this quick frozen guide and hope to see you very soon.